Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, as you know that last time we have studied about the relative abundance of the isotopes, in which we have studied that the elements have the different number of the isotopes, and these isotopes are further categorized into their relative abundance in nature. And at last I have told you that our next lecture will about the determination of the atomic masses and the relative abundance of the isotopes by the technique mass spectrometry. Now our current topic is about the determination of atomic masses of the isotopes by the spectrometry. Students, today our topic is the determination of atomic masses of isotopes by mass spectrometry. In this regard, first we will define what is the mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometer is an instrument. Mass spectrometer is an instrument which measures the exact atomic masses of different isotopes of an element is called mass spectrometer, and this technique is called as mass spectrometry. Students, two kinds of spectrometer are known. Among these, one is the Austin spectrometer and other is Dempster spectrometer. Austin's spectrometer is the spectrometer which was used firstly to identify the different isotopes of the element, and that is the Dempster spectrometer is designed to identify the different isotopes of an element which have in the solid state. Which elements which exist in the solid state? The first is the mass spectrometer can identify the atomic masses secondly, that mass spectrometer can identify the number of isotopes and their relative abundance in nature. Number of isotopes means the number of isotopes in an element, and their relative abundance in the nature. Now, students, we study that how that mass spectrometer works and on what basis. So first we will first learn the principle of the working of the mass spectrometer. The principle for the working of mass spectrometer is that principle of that mass spectrometer is elements isotopic element under analysis is volatilized, ionized and ionized, and the positive ions of different isotopes of an element are separated on the basis of mass to charge value, because each isotope has its own value of mass to charge ratio. That values of different isotopes regarding on the basis of mass to charge values are appeared in the form of peaks, means recorded in the form of peaks, and in which is called as mass spectrum or spectrograph. Mass spectrum or the mass spectrograph means the data plotted against the charge mass to charge value on the x-axis and number of ions on the y-axis. So the extent of peaks indicate the relative abundance of the isotopes, and on the y-axis we can measure the number of the ions present in that element. Now, after discussion of the principle of the element, students, now it is the need to study the work and construction of mass spectrometer. Students, after having the complete discussion about the principal techniques for the working of the mass spectrometer, our next step is the study, the understanding for the work and construction of the mass spectrometer. Students, as you are seeing that the diagram of the mass spectrometer, and it has been divided into its various parts and the various segments. Each segment has plays its own role. That is the inlet point, that is the ionization chamber, and that is the negative grid, that is the electric field, that is the magnet analyzer, that is the detector, and that is the recorder. Now, how that is the construction of the mass spectrometer, Dempster spectrometer. Now, with reference to its working, we know that the element means isotopic element which is going to be analyzed is first vaporized. That the evaporations takes place in that instrument. After the vaporization of the element which is under the observation, that vapors are ionized. But one point must keep in your mind, that the pressure of these vapor must kept at the low stage, that is up to the 10 raised to power minus 6 to 10 raised to power minus 7. The pressure of the vapors must be kept low, and these vapors then ionized by the fast moving high energy beam of electron. When these vapors get ionized, then the different ions, positive ions, are formed of different isotopes of an element, of simple element. These positive ions are then passed through a negative grid and accelerated by applying the potential difference of 500 to 2000 volts. After passing through the negative grid with the acceleration, with the high speed, these different positive ions are then passed through the magnet analyzer or the magnetic field. Here, these positive ions of the different isotopes move in a circular path, and get separated, and they fall in the form of the groups on the detector. And then they fall on the electrometer, or ion collector. Here, the different ions, positive ions of the different isotopes are measured with their mass to charge ratio, with the mass to charge values. These positive ions are measured. The measurement is carried by the equation that mass to charge value is equal to h square r square over 2e, where h is the strength of the magnetic field, E is the strength of the electric field, and R is the radius of the circular path. Now, due to the increase or decrease of in any field, either electric field or the magnetic field, the radius of that magnetic field may be decreased or increased. And on that basis, the separation of the different ions of the different isotopes are get separated. Students, as the positive ions fall on the electrometer in the form of the groups, then the electrometer produce the electric current. The intensity of the current or the strength of the current measures the relative abundance of the isotope. Now, that experiment was repeated by the carbon 12, and the strength of two different current measures the relative abundance of isotopes and relative atomic masses of two isotopes. Students, के modern spectrograph give the amplify the current and fed to the recorder, and a recorder form the graph between a relative abundance of an isotope and mass number of the isotopes. In this connection, students, we take the example of three isotopes of the neon. That is, the graph plotted for that is on the y-axis we take the relative abundance, and on the x-axis mass number of isotope. Here we see that we get the three peaks representing the three isotopes of the neon with their relative abundance. That is, the first peak is for neon 20, means the percentage of that isotope is 90.92%, and for the neon 21 the percentage is 0.259%, and for the neon 22 is the 8.82%. In this way, we can find the exact masses of the different isotopes of the element and their relative abundance and their percentage of their relative abundance in the nature. Students, if you want to ask any question about that topic, you may write your question on our website. Inshallah, we will reply you with your answer for your questions. Thank you very much.